Hi, everyone. Welcome in, my friends. Today, we're going to pick back up on the Courtney Clenney case. I finally finished some vlogs that I was putting together on her that I wanted to show you guys today because it kind of goes back to, I guess this is part 2 of the messy video we did, where it still boggles my mind of how she went from where she was in 2016 to where she ended up in Miami and the things that she was doing in Miami. I guess it doesn't take that long to fall, to spiral downward. And this is just my personal opinion. I've probably said it before. I think Courtney Clenney has an addiction to alcohol. It's no surprise. I think a lot of people believe that. But I don't think that was everything that happened with her. I think there's a lot more to the story. I think she's very insecure, which is insane considering how pretty she was. Let me share this video with you guys. Now, some of this stuff I have to mute as we watch it because she has some background music and I'm not sure that it's copyrighted or not. So this is 2016. We're going to start from there and move forward again.
Hey guys, it is Wednesday, April 27th, and I just got home from training shoulders, rear delts, and abs. So one thing that I really want to build up is my delts. What I wanted to do today was show you guys what I drink every day after my workout, and I try and drink this 30.
If you look at her face and how full it is there, I believe that there she is healthier. I mean, obviously she's watching what she eats. She's working out.
Alright guys, so that will conclude the vlog and the recipe.
So let me jump right here. I want to show you one picture. Okay, it's not the best picture of her. Okay. You see how skinny her face is? And a lot of people said, oh, did she have work done? I don't think that was it. If she had anything done, she had probably some puffers in her lips done. That's kind of common, but I think it's just those damn eyelashes, those ridiculous eyelashes. But her face, see how skinny her face is there from where she was here in 2016? All right, let's go back.
Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
And her goodbyes are different too. When she started doing OnlyFans is when she changed the way she represented herself on Instagram, because she went from, being this wholesome girl or seemingly wholesome girl to trying to be seductive and get people to go to her OnlyFans link when she was doing lives and stuff.
Got it. Courtney Tailor's in the house.
Like my makeup. So I just ran upstairs to get my camera. My makeup artist and photographer are downstairs at my apartment complex waiting for me. My phone's at like 30. So we are here shooting at the marina. We're gonna get some like fitness shots down here and then hit the beach in a little bit. It's like super overcast. It's always overcast in Marina Del Rey. Why is that?
Always overcast.
I don't like it. Like West Hollywood is always so sunny. I need to wear a bib at all times.
Yes. This is not allowed in my car anymore.
Everybody agrees.
Yes.
Because I spill on myself.
A lot.
I wasn't even, when I did the whole messy thing, she really is. Even before she drinks. But, that's like, I'm clumsy, so I'm not dogging her for that. I mean, I'm a very clumsy person, so like I've come to the part in my life where I just tell people that, right, I fall a lot. It happens. I'm clumsy. She apparently is very messy. But one thing I wanted to state on this is that she says she hires this photographer. I guess this is probably in the industry, in any industry where you're in entertainment, you would do something like this. So she's hired this photographer and he brings with him a makeup artist, and they basically are dolling her up for the day to do a photo shoot. My question was, though, I wonder who paid for that photo shoot. Now, I think at this point, we're still in, what's this, 2017? She may have had some Instagram money that she was paying for it with. maybe some sponsorships, product sponsorships, because, you know, she was doing a lot of that where I think one of them was a drink that she did. But I felt like early on, I think her mom and dad probably paid for it. I would think mom and dad paid for this, but I also think that mom and dad probably paid for her to live in California. That's just me. I don't know if it's true or not. I think everybody has speculations about that. We know that her family did well. I don't know if they did as well as everybody talks about them doing. Everybody talks about, oh, they're so rich. You look at the house that they lived in, and it wasn't. They didn't have a mansion or anything. It was a nice neighborhood. It was well kept. Um, it wasn't an oversized home. So to say that they were uber rich, I don't think that that is probably accurate. I think they were well off. Um, they were kind of in that in between phase. But yeah, I bet mom and dad paid for this photo shoot. A lot.
We're here in Santa Monica at the beach, getting some videos, some pictures.
I had to cut out the audio because of the music they were playing. So as a bodybuilder, what she's doing there, I mean, I don't think anything's wrong with what she's wearing and all that, because you guys are going to see in a minute here. I'm going to show a photo of her in her bodybuilding bikini. That's what they do, the fitness people. If you got it, flaunt it, I guess. So I don't think here she had changed anything about herself as far as she was promoting fitness. She was promoting fitness products. She was not yet on OnlyFans. But I still stick by what I said in the fact that I think that someone in the fitness industry introduced her to OnlyFans.
I'm so hungry. This is like in every vlog that I make, I always say I'm so hungry like 10 times.
Because you're hungry.
10:30 p.m. and I just got home from my second cardio session. I am super exhausted from my 2 gym sessions and my photo shoot. Anybody that has done like a physical photo shoot, and especially like on the beach, knows that it's very tiring. So I am extremely exhausted right now. I can barely see straight. So I'm just having my last meal of the day, which is just grilled catfish and some sauteed spinach. So I'm just gonna have this and then I'm gonna get to bed because I'm so tired. I will talk to you guys in the next video, and thank you guys for watching.
All right, here you're going to see the transition. So you're talking about a year's time span, roughly.
Okay, so I'm so extra in every single one of my intros.
What do y'all see that stands out to you in the differences? To me, it seems like she's more trying to show off her boobs in the way she's got them pumped up there. You know, I wonder if that's the year. She seemed to have decent boobs though in the last picture, or did she get a boob job after? Maybe she got a boob job. That might have been part of it. I think she got the boob job before she went into OnlyFans. I think she did the boob job while she was doing, or prior to her doing the workout competitions and stuff. You guys tell me what the differences you see are.
Okay, so I'm so extra in every single one of my intros, but that's okay. It is 10:45 right now. I got up at like 8:30, made a couple calls, made my breakfast, took a shower, got ready, and we have 2 photo shoots today. One is a photo shoot, the other one, and never mind the clothes in the background, I'm trying to like get all my clothes for the shoot together. We're out here at the Trend All Day house. West Sunset. We're gonna get some oil on the booty.
Just hold it like that.
Gotta highlight the assets, y'all.
Look.
Did you get it? Oh my god.
Alright, so you could cut the videos and just redo them until we get like the...
Do I ever wake up in the morning and just like thank God for my butt?
Yeah.
I just pray, dear God, thank you for all my blessings. Thank you for my family, my dogs, my opportunities, and thank you for my...
Brahma, did you get the video here?
I had to cut the music. Then she goes out after she does that photo shoot. Then she shoots over with a friend of hers that she does cardio with, different workouts with. Okay, now we're skipping over to 2018.
Also in the way of shoes, I got stripper shoes because I need stripper shoes for my competition. So basically, if you are not familiar with bodybuilding competitions and the bikini division, then you will not understand these shoes. But basically, we need high heels that are clear. And a few girls on YouTube said that they got theirs from a brand called Ellie and that they just had to go to like sex shops.
This was before the last video. You can just tell the difference in her looks.
So that's what I did. I went to a place called Playhouse or Playmates or something on Hollywood Boulevard, and it did not disappoint. I got these
over Austin. No, not for...
Okay, now jumping back forward to 2018. This is a Q&A that she did on her vlog. I trimmed it down a very good bit, just to the questions that I found to be interesting for us to hear her answer.
Particularly, LA has its pros and cons, as does Austin. The cons of LA is that the traffic is absolutely horrid, terrible. And then another con, really the only other con I can think of, is that a lot of times, instead of making personal, real friendships, it's more business relationships. And it's not always like that, but it can be. What body part on a man do you find attractive? I like a good jaw. I really like a good jaw and a pretty smile. Did you like high school? Listen, my hit list is really long.
I actually got someone that went to high school with her that made a comment, and I forgot your name, I do apologize. Made a comment on one of my videos and said that she was, her voice is like that because she was always screaming. They said that she's over the top. She was over the top. She was a lot. She was a lot in high school. That's kind of how they explained it.
Let's just say that. Somebody asks, why don't you pose for Playboy? So I actually did pose for Playboy, but it wasn't in the sense that I'm thinking that they're asking. They had a social media star series, and they did a photo shoot on me and an interview and all that. So I actually did get to be a part of Playboy, but no, I just wouldn't ever pose nude.
I would never pose nude.
I think that's what you're asking. I just wouldn't because I don't want to.
I'm Courtney Tailor, and I do OF for a living.
OnlyFans. You got like 1 million followers or something?
2 million.
Damn.
Okay, before I get into playing this, I do want to say that this is We in Miami podcast. And he's got 2 videos that we're going to talk about in my video here. And I'm only doing short clips because I don't want to utilize his content against his rules or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link his videos in the description section of this video. After you watch this, you might want to go over and watch these 2 videos that we highlight here because it was interesting. Now the first video, which is the one we're looking at here, it was her and several other OnlyFans content creators. It was a little racy. Not necessarily something that we're probably used to. So viewer beware. It is a lot. But the second video that he did, same podcast, different episode. And he brought on some attorneys and he brought back 2 of the girls from OnlyFans that were in this actual session with her for them to discuss after the incident happened. That one I would watch all the way through. Some of it is opinion. Some of it is things that have been said, heard surrounding the case. I feel like they have probably more info than a lot of people would because they're in that area and they're around that industry. So anyway, moving forward.
How much do you make a month?
A lot.
Yeah, we make good money.
Like you make 6 figures a year.
Multiple 6.
We have some 1%er OnlyFans celebrities in the building. Wait, y'all know each other too. You know her.
Yeah.
We all know each other.
Everybody knows each other.
The four of us, we've all gone on a bunch of trips together.
Yeah, that's how we know each other.
Crazy fun times.
So they don't really say it outright, but as you're watching this episode, you do realize that when they go on these trips together and they're doing their OnlyFans stuff together, which if some of them, and I'm not saying all of them, but if some of them were down with it, they would do the amateur porn stuff on OnlyFans.
Content, trips, and
How do you focus on self-growth and not worry about men and relationships? So to this, I'd say focus on building healthy relationships in general with your friends, with your family, with your coworkers, just in general. And really, that relationship with a man will come when it's supposed to, as long as you're like happy with yourself and you're doing things every day that make you happy. What kind of guys are you attracted to? By the way, I love your voice and personality. Why, thank you. I'm attracted to, I like tall guys because I'm tall, and I like them to be at least somewhat built. Just be bigger than me, you know? So he also needs to be honest. That's extremely important because I've dealt with dishonesty so much. It's just so exhausting. Have a good sense of humor, because if that doesn't vibe, you're just gonna have a shitty relationship. And then being confident without cockiness. That's a good one.
Let me clarify. I only date rich.
Okay, rich black guys. There we go. And you know you're toxic.
Yeah.
Do you like to be fully controlled, or do you?
I like to be submissive. Pretty well, yeah, in the bedroom,
Yes.
but like in my life, I don't like anybody to tell me what to do.
Yeah, so you only want them to tell you what to do in the bedroom. Other than that, you don't want them to tell you anything.
Right. That's exactly it. Yes.
So that sounds like you're a control freak with your relationships. Be careful with this one. She's gonna boss you around like
Exactly.
like. Have you ever dated like any politicians, or only like rappers or athletes, or what kind of black, like rich black guys?
No dope boys, no politicians.
What celebrities have you dated?
Just like athlete, Jermichael Finley. But don't look him up. Don't look him up. Don't look him up because it's gonna make me look really.
Okay, so this is him. I looked him up, of course. He is a former NBA player and current assistant vice president of the basketball operations of the Dallas Mavericks, which location, that does make sense that she would hook up with him. It says he played small forward and shooting guard. He was a two-time NBA All-Star in 2000 and 2001. He was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team in 96. He was a two-time First Team All Big Ten 1993 and 95, and he was named USA Basketball Male Athlete of the Year in 1993. He won an NBA championship in 2007. So he played for the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks in his time. And I got the impression that she dated him like when she was a lot younger. I don't know if she says it here, but I didn't get the impression that she dated him recently. Probably when he was playing. Okay, now this is the other guy that I wanted to talk to you guys about. We've touched on this topic with him. This is her at her competition where she won something. So Sean Roden was her ex-boyfriend. She met him because he was her trainer for a while. She paid him to be her trainer to get ready for the competition. Now, what this thing says is that she resorted to violence towards one of her boyfriends. And again, this is the guy that had passed away. He was a Mr. Olympia, and he was still married at the time. When she found out he was married, she hit him and broke his jaw in February of 2017 when she found out he was married. It was caused by an uppercut from Courtney. Okay, so she didn't throw anything at him. It was an uppercut. See, I think she looks better here than she did in some of the other stuff. But, okay, we're going to move forward. Of course, she's all made up with suntan oil and everything. I mean, they put so much tanner on when they do those competitions. They put tons of tanner on. It's all over her hands. You could see it all over her hands. It was when she's talking. It's so gross. The self tanner, it's orangey all over the back of her, in the palm of her hand from rubbing it on. I'm like, girl, get some gloves. It's hard though to fool with. I did mess with self tan stuff. It's a mess. I hated it. back in the day when I was trying to work out and look good. It is messy, messy. Okay, so this next part was interesting to me because her aspirations are touched on.
Name 3 people that you look up to and why. So, Lori Grenier and Barbara Corcoran. Lori Greiner. I feel like I'm pronouncing your name wrong. She is such a boss. She's always creating new products and businesses, and I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so I think that she's like a really good person for me to watch, and I do.
See, I think that Courtney, I really think that she had high goals for herself. And I think when she got into the OnlyFans, she wanted it to be a temporary thing so she could make some money to move her way up the ladder to other things. Like it was a stepping stone originally, which I think some people probably go into OnlyFans thinking that anyway. And I truly believe that she didn't like herself after she started doing OnlyFans. This is just, look, I have no degree in I have no degree in psychology or anything like that. The more I watch it and the more I think about it, it just makes me, why was she so angry all the time? When she would drink, she would become an emotional mess. And it just seemed to me that personally, within herself, she was very unhappy for some reason or another. She was making great money. She had a boyfriend that looked to be very supportive. And yet she was just unhappy all the time. She was insecure about him cheating. I think she hated herself for it. I really do. And that's where the drinking starts. And some of the drugs, which some of these models on OnlyFans say that they didn't know that they did all those drugs. But I do think that she had to drink to get herself to do some of these takes or to do some of the filming. And she's probably got an alcoholic gene and she shouldn't be drinking at all. And it just one thing led to another. And then she just escalated and she literally became a different person because it was this girl that had aspirations to this girl that's making easy money. And it's all about today. It's all about being happy now. It's the drinking, it's the money, it's the trips, it's whatever it was that drove her to this. It's like she lost herself in it. And that's just my honest opinion of what I believe. I don't know if that's the truth. I don't know her. We can all sit here and speculate, but she wasn't raised to be in an industry like this. So I always find it baffling when someone comes from and I don't think they had a heavy religious background from what I could tell, but what is it with the preacher's daughters? They always, people talk about preacher's daughters. Why is it preacher's children always do all really bad things? And that's not always, that's just, it happens often where a preacher, children will act out. I don't know why it draws me in to try to understand it more. I don't understand how she could sit here and say in 2017, she says, I don't want to show my body to the OnlyFans. And I truly think, and I've not ever accessed her account. I looked up to see if I can find anything about her old account, anybody talking about it. I can't find anything about it, but I wonder if her old account started out to where it was fairly innocent and then it morphed into, I would imagine a lot of people start out that way with OnlyFans, but I don't know. And I know we've said this before in a previous video, but I do believe too that if I'm going to do something like this, if my body's going to be seen, as crazy as this sounds, I almost feel like doing it on OnlyFans is safer than doing it like in a local strip club. But she was actually stripping it in a club in Austin, though. We know that. We found that out. Because I wouldn't want people that I know and live around and interact with to walk in the club if I was, doing that. But then, and some people are fine with it. I wouldn't be, but I don't think she would have been either. But it kind of goes to the whole fact of how secure OnlyFans is, if you think about it. With all the publicity that we've seen in this case, why have more of her OnlyFans stuff not popped up? I think that's interesting that they do protect their people really well, and maybe that's why they've done so well on OnlyFans. I don't know. Are they protecting the people or are they protecting the money? It might be the money. I don't know. But it just seems very difficult to find anything. Well, I'll show you guys this one picture that I have. All right, I'm showing it real briefly, and then I'm pulling it off because I don't want to get in trouble. Okay. Did you see it? Did you see it? That was really quick. I don't know if you saw it or not. Anyway, let's keep going.
Also, Barbara Corcoran, who's also a shark, she started amassing a fortune through real estate, and that's something that I'm very interested in. And the third one would be Oprah, and not because like, oh, I love Oprah, like Josh on Drake and Josh, not like that, but because she has been through a lot of the things, a lot of the same things that I have been through. So
okay, I know for a fact that Oprah talks about how when she was younger, she was taken advantage of. I can't say it here on the channel. You guys know that. But do you think that's something that happened to her? Or do you think she's talking about... What else could she be talking about? What are the challenges that Oprah would have been through that she could have possibly gone through? Or is she just... That's the first thing I thought of.
She's so strong and so influential and so successful that it makes me feel good, like knowing that she's been through something similar that I've been through that seems really hard, but she's gotten through it and came out on top for sure. The last question is, how do you continue shaking them haters off? Honey, I can't see them. First off, no, I did not get lip injections.
Okay, so then we go from that to this. Within a year, another year.
Am I going to go to broadcast live on OF?
And yes, this is the video that she did the night that he died.
Am I going to go to broadcast live on OF soon? Yes, I'm going to do it tonight. That's what I'm saying. I need to get some like dirty questions to answer tonight, but I'm going to do something else.
She got really thin. You could tell that she had made a comment she stopped working out. She hadn't been to the gym in a while. And you could tell she got really thin. And I think it was from the drinking. Probably the drugs too. Okay, here's the second episode of the We in Miami podcast that I was telling you guys about earlier. I snipped it down tiny, tiny pieces because I don't want to steal his content. And I want you guys to go over and watch this video specifically because I do think it is informative. Because they have the two lawyers on there in addition to the people that were around Christian and Courtney a little bit. So
talking about Courtney Tailor, you know, you might remember them from the last episode. Courtney Tailor's ex-friends.
I would say like more like acquaintances. Well, yeah, we were friends.
And you were also friends with Christian, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We had just met them August 2021.
August 2021.
And so we went on a trip together.
Jamie and Emily of the Two Girls. They actually were the ones that brought Courtney the first time, right?
We brought Courtney. We were like, want to come on this podcast? And then 2 weeks later that happened.
And
then our faces were plastered on Dr. Phil and TMZ and it was great.
I'm sorry we introduced you to a murderer, but like I didn't mean
we had no idea.
A killer.
I mean, she seemed so chill. Now she did say some crazy thing before.
All right, so I stopped it there, but you guys can see the link or you can see the name of the channel below. But again, I'm going to put the link to this video that we're watching right here into the description. So when you guys finish this, you can go over and watch that. And I do recommend it because they do talk about some stuff that I had not heard before. Y'all know I've been researching this account. I was surprised that I didn't find this particular video before now because this was filmed in October. The podcast This one right here was done in October of 2022. What I want to do on the next video we do with Courtney Clenney is continue on with what's going on with the parents, because in our reviewing the case, we're still stuck on that piece. I want to go into the more legal side of what's going on in the court system after the parents were arrested, the discussions that they had. I'm finding it really, really difficult to break the legal stuff down the way I could for you guys in the Sarah Boone case. And again, it's 2 reasons. Number 1, the audio in the courtroom is not as good, so sometimes it's hard to understand the judge. And number 2, I can't pull up the documents in Miami-Dade like I can pull it up or could pull it up over in Orange County on their website. And I think I'm going to also watch a few legal channels before I do my own, just to get a better understanding of what was going on in there. So when I talk to you guys about it, I'll actually sound like I know what I'm talking about. Oh, the other thing too, before we go, one last thing. So let's pull up this court string. Let's pull up this document here. Speaking of this, here's all the stuff that's occurred. And like, see how there's this one thing right here. That's it. This one thing that you can pull up. This is in regards to the parents stuff. So we're going to get into that. But on the 14th, which was just Friday, this past Friday, this is a supplemental record on appeal transmitted to appellate court supplemental record. 412 pages. It's like, what the hell does that mean when you transfer something to a supplemental record? And I did, of course, a Google search on that. And it basically just says that you're adding a document. It is what it sounds like. You're adding a document to some appeals that are already on record. And it could be that you are correcting or updating something you've already put in there. So he's already set up her appeal for this case. Is that common? That he would go ahead and set it up before the thing's even gone to the trial yet? Now, in this case, it might be because of what happened with the parents and because of the computer charges. Because, you know, a lot of that was kind of cringe. I don't know. Her attorney flipped his lid over it. So, yeah, this is her court docket. Totally different than Sarah's. Because usually when you have all these right here, every single one, almost every single one, would have a little link here where you could click on it and open up the document and read it. And this doesn't. So that's why we get less information on this case, you guys. All right. Well, listen. Thanks for sticking in with me and listening to me go over this a little bit. Anyway, you know, it's not really relevant to what's going to go on in court, but it helps us understand the mind frame of what we're trying to. The reason that we're so drawn to this case is we want to understand the mind frame of what was going on. Why was this happening? And I guess this video might give you a little bit of insight. It helped me anyway. So now go over to We in Miami podcast, watch those vlogs and watch that second episode for sure. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe on your way out. And feel free to leave a comment. Have a blessed day.